Hello everyone, I'm Rona from Phoenix Financial Training, the CFA Simplified team. And today what I'm going to look at is the standards. We have 7 standards. The first standard is on professionalism. The standard on professionalism is divided into 4 parts. The first part is about knowledge of the law. Now what that means is that you need to know what the laws and regulations in your country are. You need to know them, you need to follow them. If you have certain code of ethics that you need to abide by, you need to comply with those code of ethics as well. You shouldn't do anything to violate these laws and regulations or these code of ethics. Don't associate with anything that is illegal or unethical. Also, sometimes there can be a conflict between a law of a country and maybe the code of ethics. When there is a conflict, you have to follow whichever is the strictest rule. Okay, so go with the most strictest rule. Now, sometimes you might be in a situation where you're not committing a fraud or you're not doing anything illegal or unethical, but your employer or your client might be associated in an unethical activity. What do you have to do? You need to try and disassociate from that activity. You should not be connected to that activity. Now, you might think, okay, fine, maybe I can confront the person and then talk to them about it, see if they did this by mistake. You can confront the person, that's fine, but you need to approach your supervisor so that you know how you need to go about this entire situation. So confronting the individual first is all right, but you need to go and ask your supervisor if you have any queries as to how you need to deal with this entire situation. Also, you can't know about the unethical activity and not do anything about it, because if you don't do anything about it, it's going to be considered as knowing participation. That is, you knew about it but did not do anything about it. That is also wrong. So this particular standard is about knowing the law, following the law, and making sure that you don't do anything that would violate the law. Now, let's look at this question here. It says, Lisa Smith, CFA, works for an investment advisor based in the United States and works in a country where investment managers are prohibited from participating in IPOs for their own accounts. So, IPOs is initial public offering, where a company sort of offers their securities to the public for the first time. Now, when that is the case, this is the particular law that they have. So you have three bits that you need to look at. You have the US law, you have the CFA code, and you have the country that she is working in. Now, in this particular case, luckily, all of them sort of say the same thing, or more or less the same thing when it comes to the trading for your own accounts when it comes to IPOs. Now, the most strict would be the country one, because they're being very, very strict about it, and they're saying that we don't want any of the investment managers to take part in any of the IPOs. Let's say the situation was different, and it says that Lisa Smith, CFA, works for an investment advisor based in the United States and works in a country where investment managers are not prohibited from participating in IPOs of their own for their own accounts. Okay, when that is the case, the US law might say something. The code does not really agree with an investment manager participating in IPOs for their own accounts. There are a few regulations when it comes to the code, which we will look at later, but this particular country, they're completely okay with you going and participating. When that is the case, you need to follow the most strict, which would be the CFA code, which does not allow the members to participate in IPOs. But again, like I told you, there are a few regulations there, which we will look at.